God.
When Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEW end, tune in to the Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show.
What's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Still got a little bit of a funny voice issue, so people wondering. I got the COVID, yo. I don't even know what I got. I got something, though. I got something. Alrighty, so there you go. Will Hobbs, big heel turn at the end. Man, I'll tell you what, he went heel like you wouldn't believe. He was like, he was so face. He was like, so face. He was just like, yo, what's up? I'm ready to go. I'm with you guys. I'm with everybody. And then all of a sudden he goes heel, and that motherfucker had a snarl like you wouldn't believe. He was like, oh my God, bro. That guy, dude, what a flip. That guy's like literal facial expressions. He went from looking like the guy like that could babysit your kids. Like, I like this guy. He'll save us in a bar fight and then babysit my kids. He's great. And now he looks legit like evil as hell. Why will Hobbs tell me, you son of a bitch? What up, DJ Scandalous? That's hilarious. Man, Will Hobbs, look out. The Inner Circle, of course, they did the whole hangover thing, which we like legit said immediately as soon as we heard about the casino thing. We were like, all right, so we're going to they just want to do the hangover. That's all this is. And it's fucking hilarious because that's exactly what happened. Now, we did get some funny lines about like, hey, what the hell, Elvis, what the hell happened, Elvis? Like that was funny. The Elvis guy was great. It was whatever. I really thought we were going to get more from it, though. I thought maybe there was another part coming up, and there wasn't. It was instead when Jericho was at the announce table, I went, oh, is that all there is of the experience? So, like, I thought there was going to be one more part. I thought that'd be funny. I thought it would have been funny if Elvis got drunk with them, and Elvis was like, you guys are the best, man. Like, I ain't even kidding you. Like Elvis, man, take it easy, bro. We drank last night. We don't get to get too drunk this night. We're on top of a roof. The whole world's ours. We're going to start howling again in 1 hour. We can't wait for the celebration, but, you need to slow down. And Elvis is like, I don't care, man. I just love this. I love this stuff. And then Elvis backs up and goes off the building and dies. And all the Inner Circle just looks over, and then they look at each other and they go, hey, well, you guys, they don't even give a shit. Elvis is dead. I don't know, bro. That would have killed me. I was like, oh, they should have killed Elvis at the end. That would have been friggin' hilarious. Anyway, Jake, what's up, man? Those are sort of mine. And, of course, Thunder Rosa and Deeb, saved the night on wrestling.
That was great.
JR may have killed somebody if that match didn't happen. JR may have murdered somebody.
Yeah, no kidding. He was a little heavy-handed in his insults tonight, taking down his own company piece by piece. But
yeah,
welcome to the AEW review, where Jake DeMarco is watching the end of NXT. Pat McAfee and his team are destroying the Undisputed Era, and they announced War Games. So I'm sorry, I'm really excited for that. That's
Saw
awesome.
that on Twitter, yeah. Horror games.
Kill each other at this point. It's going to be exciting.
Bring back World War III War Games. Put it together.
Right? It's going to be a pay-per-view, and it's going to be on December 6th, so I'm excited for that.
I think if Tyson had showed up with the Lion, unfortunately, DJ Scandalous, I feel like then they do get sued. Like, it was already getting close enough, you know?
Yeah, they went with parody, and I thought what they did was really funny. I really liked it. Some people weren't that into it tonight. A couple people were like, maybe I'm just burnt out and not really feeling wrestling in general. But I was like, yeah, because I really like the Inner Circle promo and segment, whatever you want to call it. Them being in Vegas, they're trying to one up each other with the liquor. You know, they go down the whole the whole line and tequila, and they end up all the way going, whiskey, vodka, Everclear.
Yeah, that was funny.
And now they're completely drunk. They see Piff, the Magic Dragon, Puff's brother. That was funny.
That was cool because they sort of they parodied themselves there, so I appreciate, I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good, but I just thought Elvis ended up being the star of the whole thing. For me, I was like, why was that the best thing?
What's his name? Conan was there. That was funny. There was a bunch of little
I'm at the table. You want to, hey man, put him back in the ring. I can't even do it. My voice is too fucked up. Oh man,
I wish we got more though. I did like Sammy originally waking up in the fountain.
Yeah.
And, when MJF has everybody howling, he's like, we should be blood brothers. He pulls out the knife and tries to cut his hand and everyone's calming him down. Like, that was funny. I laughed at that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. I don't know if they really would get sued over that. I think it'd be still.
No, because it's still parody. I mean, if they really went above and beyond to copy everything, but this was fine.
Yeah.
But I liked what we got, Sammy's wearing the wedding ring. He's got 3 wives. And they're all old ladies. That was funny. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Once we saw Swoggle, Hornswoggle in a diaper and crying, like that was funny.
Well, that was the last thing we saw.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, great, we're going to have more here. And then Jericho, as you mentioned, came out in commentary, and he's like, oh, my head's still pounding, and the 7 members of the Inner Circle had fun, but next week we return to beat people up, and they announced, Jericho and Hager versus SCU. And I'm like, that's it? No, don't tell me that's it. Like they left it on a cliffhanger. I was really hoping for more.
I don't think
enjoying that.
I don't know if they didn't realize it was a cliffhanger, but to me it was. It was like, oh, what's he gonna do next? And then it was like, oh, that's it. It was like, wow.
This was an above average show for me. I thought that from start to finish, this was a fun episode. They did a lot to build up more than just their top tier talent. They brought out some other names. They're trying to make certain people feel a bit more elevated, which I liked. And on top of that, there's a lot of good feuds and stories starting off, and they're kind of wrapping up some of the other ones. We got that good heel turn at the end. So there's a lot to go off with here.
Yeah, I liked tonight's episode. It was a nice episode. I thought it had everything. It had the comedy. It had the skits. It had building on, I guess, story, for next week and matches and feuds and whatever. Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb, I thought their match was an 8 or so, and it could have been even better, which is what's great is that they didn't give us a 7. Thank goodness, I thought, because at least a 7, if you were going to give real ratings, maybe a 7.8 or an 8. 7.8 or an 8, and that's great for them, but they could definitely do a 9 or a 9.5. They could do better. So that's what's good is they can do better, but they didn't have they didn't go below the standards that I had for them. I had that match at all right, this is going to be an 8 or an 8.5 or a 9. They're going to kill it. Let's go. There's no way they're going to do less than an 8 to me. And they didn't. And
they certainly did kill it. Especially with the quality and what we're used to of women's matches on AEW.
Yeah.
This was
JR was overselling it before it started. He was like, this is going to be the best match you've ever seen.
You could tell he was so excited.
Yeah, dude, he just wanted a match. He was like, please give me a wrestling match. What the fuck is going on tonight? All right, this is going to be the best match you've ever seen in the women's division.
The only thing that's going to top it is
if
NickY J comes back out because he's in love with her. So.
Yeah, that was weird. It's top 3, though. I'd say it's top 3 match on the women's division. There was a commercial in between it that wasn't so nice either, and it still ended up working out. And the Britt Baker stuff was good
felt
too.
Longer than usual tonight too. They stuck out like sore thumbs. I don't know if it was placement at times, especially during the main event. That was killer. That one felt forever long. But I mean, we always gripe about the commercials. I know they got to pay the bills. It's just choice of when they put them at times. I hate it when do it before a match and immediately after the match. Don't have commercial breaks in the middle of your matches. I know it's hard with the timing and the way they have to do things, but I'd rather a 5-minute commercial break and then it's just a bit longer, but no breaks in between the actual action.
Yeah, give me 5 before the Thunder Rosa match, and then give me 5 after it, and be like, listen, guys, this is going to be presented commercial free when we get back in 5 minutes, commercial free. And, they could even come back like for one introduction, then go away for the rest of the 2 more minutes, and then come back with the other introduction, and then start the match, and then after the match, go to 5-minute break. I mean, I would very much appreciate that.
We have a new member.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Of the JCS Army.
He has been making waves. He's back. Jacob RP becomes a member. Thank you for becoming a member, Jacob.
Hey, he's back. But I forgot about that as well. I know Soundwave and Jazzy Utah in the chat said it, the Mormon line, because he's got 3 wives with Sammy. That cracked me up too.
Oh my God.
That was really funny. Like, there was just a lot of good comedy in those.
Oh yeah, skits. when they showed the 3 picture, like, because it was kind of like
all the different brides, they're old ladies, except for the third one. She was face backwards.
Well, first he goes, well, I got married 3 times, and you just kind of chuckle a little bit, like, all right, yeah, okay, that's funny, whatever, that's stupid. But then when you see the photos of him marrying the women, like, then I just started fucking dying. Then I was like, all right, that went from like a dumb thing to hilarious.
Yeah, and then Ortiz or Santana, I think it was Ortiz. He had a shirt that said "Bride" on as well.
Yeah,
so like, did they get married?
No, he got fucked by Conan, man. Conan fucked him in his ass.
And then you see MJF obviously making fun of Sammy, and then Sammy looks and laughs because he's got marker all over his face. Sammy was here, and he tagged him up. As somebody that's had that happen to them, I drank too much on a New Year's and woke up. It's
I went to Vegas and all I got was raped.
Yeah, I didn't like his outfit, and I wasn't a big fan of his promo either, the Mr. Gentleman promo.
Right.
Allow me to introduce myself. Are you going to fuck the guy?
All right. Thanks, Conan. We love you, brother.
And I did laugh at the dragon thing because I like Piff, the little guy there. He's a comedian, and he's quite funny. So he does magic, and it's comedy magic, so it's not supposed to be good, but it's very, very funny.
I'm going to make this donkey's privates disappear.
Well, that's his usual donkey show. That's after the magic show.
And then the donkey's inside him. And he's like,
that's how you make it disappear.
It's disappeared inside of me.
His trick is no lube.
Well, no, his trick, I'm telling you, it's the opposite. It's probably his trick is a lot of lube. The thing just goes right in, and they're like, oh, where'd it go? And the trick is, if he can get it to come to him, he won't be arrested. Because the animal is raping him.
Yeah, it's willing.
Right, like not only it's willing, it's on the offensive of his ass.
Exactly.
But for him, if he were to get involved, it would be illegal. But so if he is taken by the animal, that's not his fault. That's the animal doing its thing. In fact, if he assaults the animal, then he's in trouble for that. So he has to just let it go and let it happen. And it's a magic trick. Now, not all the families that go to the show approve of seeing this fornication live, but animals do what animals do. And quite frankly, you go watch a couple of lions on a safari, and you might catch nature taking its course as well. And listen.
Hey, it's possible.
It happens in nature. Yeah. Oh, shit, it's turkey time!
Oh, shit.
What if the turkeys... They're attacking people in Massachusetts again this year, just like last year. Fucking turkeys. I'm gonna kill you, turkeys. They killed us and ate our children. I love Brandy. What if the turkeys ate us? I'm really starting to fall in love with Brandy Rhodes. If the turkeys ate us, if they had to hate us, Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart, but first they'd eat our nuts, and then they'd eat our butt. The turkeys ate us. The Soundwave 92. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they ate our fucking nuts? Hey, this Thanksgiving, we're going to butcher these turkeys. Hit that like button down below if you can. Please. Instead of mashed potatoes, instead the turkeys ate us. Is it not going to read this donation? What the fuck's going on? I didn't expect my boy Will Hobbs to swerve us like that. Damn. The ending made tonight an 8 out of 10. Inner Circle parroting The Hangover is great. Hoping for Mike Tyson. Also, Thunder Rosa is all elite after tonight. No doubt. Buenos noches. Thank you, Soundwave. No idea why that didn't read the donation, but I read it for you. So, which was even worse since I have my bad. I don't know if I have COVID or what's going on. My kids are snarling all over themselves. My son, my daughter are all fucking leaking and sneezing and I just think they have a cold. And I've lost my voice. You know, it is what it is. I love Brandy, though. I thought she was great tonight with Jade. I wanted more from Jade, but
I wanted more from that whole situation, but
oh God, I
know
her.
we got more coming. So, and how they delivered it, her arms in the chair, she gets stomped on, attacked in the back. Jade's kind of celebrating with all the heels, and some of the faces run in to protect her. So,
I mean,
it's not a bad look for Jade to injure Brandy.
How
right
do
off
you
the
do
bat.
it? How do you let this go, Vince McMahon? Vince McMahon, you have some splaining to do. We're talking about the narcissist Lex Luger, dude. You had the fucking, oh my God, dude. What is it? Ebony and Ivory? What's white? Ivory's white, right?
Yeah.
Ebony. Oh, it's too bad it's not the other way around. I call her the Ivory Tower. No, look. I mean, like, look at her, dude. The total package. Talk about the total package, Lex Luger, dude. This is the female frickin' Lex Luger. Like, are you serious? Like, the Goddess Jade. Like, that should be your name. The Goddess Jade. Get rid of that Cargill. Her last name. Get rid of that. The Goddess Jade, or Jade the Goddess. Like, oh my God, bro. This chick. Are you kidding me? How did Vince McMahon not look at this and go, good God. Good God.
I didn't know how she is in the ring, though. That's why.
We saw those videos. We saw videos of her wrestling well, though.
Yeah, we saw her in training.
And it looked pretty good.
She looked good there.
I don't care what she looks like.
We haven't seen an actual match yet. So.
Some of the guy wrestlers that Vince has hired, because they look like that he said, good God. Do you think they could wrestle? They couldn't. Vince just said, good, my God, hire it. Like, what in the world, man? This lady is fucking fire. Dude, I'm obsessed with this. I'm going back to like the 80s and shit right now with my mentality. I'm like, yes, I want to know what this lady is going to do. I want to see her break Brandy Rhodes' leg and arms, and then like just like intimidate and emasculate Cody Rhodes.
I'm fine with that. Let her cripple Brandy so she doesn't have to have her first match against her. Give her somebody that can put on a good performance.
Yeah,
like a Thunder Rosa or a Serena or someone like that to really get her previewed to the crowd.
Ideally, what I'd like to see is like Brandy stands up to her, but she breaks Brandy's like arm and like does something terrible to her in the ring. Like in the ring. Like I want to see I know this is crazy. Maybe they're setting it up so Brandy wins or something, but I think that that's a mistake. If I was Brandy Rhodes, I would be like, nah, we're doing this thing where I'm going to stand up to her after all these beatdowns, and then it's going to look like I can hang for a second, and then she's just going to go scary. And then she's going to go and fucking snap Brandy into pieces, and Brandy's on the sidelines, and like Brandy basically, and like, I don't know, man, like someone's going to have to face her eventually who's like, I'm talking about like she's like super shredder like, dude. Bring in like, I don't know, maybe it's Thunder Rosa, but maybe it's another woman who's like, you know, pretty intimidating or something like that Brandy brings in, you know. I don't know. Or it could be like a Thunder Rosa, or it could be, who knows. But my God, this Jade is just an impressive thing to look at. Like, which is what
smitten. That's what it is.
I know. You know what it is? It's like I haven't looked at somebody since like maybe, you know, when Hulk Hogan and everybody was greased up and the Ultimate Warrior. Like when you were a kid, you looked at them and you were like, oh my God, these guys are like magical looking or something. There's something magical about these guys, and the magic was they're on steroids. But the bottom line is, it looked really cool though, and you were like, wow, this guy is a fucking freak. Like, what is this person? And I feel that same way about Jade, but she's a female. And like China, you felt kind of like that about China. But, you know, China was a little mangled looking. She was like, at the beginning. But Jade is like, holy hell. I mean, it's just weird. It's scary that someone that hot is that ripped, like the Ultimate Warrior. That's what I feel. Like, I used to see the Ultimate Warrior as a kid, and I was like, oh my God, like this guy's like crazy, like the energy, the vibe, the charisma. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't think Jade has, the talking ability or the excitement in her voice like Hogan or a Warrior or somebody like that. But I don't know, just the look of the presentation alone. And I'm not a presentation person. I don't normally get excited for muscles. I don't care. Like, Vince used to bring in a big muscly guy, and I'd look at him right away, and I'd be like, well, this guy sucks. He's not fucking like the other people. He's got no personality, really. It's like, whatever. He's a body, but what is he going to do in the ring? I want Shawn Michaels. I want guys in the ring who can do stuff. But I don't know, bro.
Looks only take you so far.
Exactly. But I don't know what it is, but I've thrown that out the window for Jade. I'm like, you know what? I am fucking impressed with how she looks. Like, I don't know what it is, man, but I'm like, dude, I want to see.
It's okay to be captivated and enamored by somebody's looks. That's the point. That's why sex sells.
I don't mean that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that. Yeah, sure, she is hot. I think she is kind of hot.
Well, I know you're not talking on a beauty aspect, but I'm saying, it's okay to be drawn in by somebody's athletic.
It's just presence. Her, like, she just looks like she could hurt somebody, and she looks unbelievable.
She is a very unique looking individual. That's the thing. She's very beautiful, but she also has, really, really defined muscles. So she looks threatening, and she's very tall too. So
yes, and she has this just face that you can't believe goes with the body. And I know she's like probably, I don't know if that's her hair. I don't know what's going on there, but whatever it is, dude, I want this. Like, I would hire her as my bodyguard. Like, she's crazy looking. I mean, but
so it was good to have that segment though, the way they did it. I mean, it leaves you wanting more, so that's not a problem. It wasn't wanting more in the sense of you didn't get enough. It's like, oh, good, I can't wait to see what happens next in this story. That's a positive. We haven't said that many times with Brandy. I don't think we've said that really at all with Brandy so far. So her being in something that's a positive and a good takeaway is perfect.
Yeah. Yep. I like it. Someone said Pac is back. I mean, yeah, that was all right with him. But really, Pac is all about his matches. I think he'd come out, have the matches. I don't care for the bravado. I don't care about his promos usually, for the most part. Just come out and do the red black arrow thing off the top rope or whatever. Like, that's all I want to see.
I enjoy his promos, but I mean, it's not my favorite of all time, but I do like what he has to say.
Yeah,
and we'll get to that eventually tonight, but I thought that was well executed, and now we have, our own teams, kind of team warfare going on, so that's going to be interesting as well.
Yeah, I think it will be interesting. I think everything has excited me a little bit for next week.
That's a good thing.
But what else is exciting, Jake? And I know that, obviously we're sick of wrestling. By the way, Friday I will not be in New Jersey, so I will not be at the Toxic Waltz because my throat. I don't know if I'm going to be able to announce because I've lost my voice. Something's wrong with my voice. I don't know if I don't think I have COVID, but I mean, my kids are sick and they're feeling a little bit better. And something's wrong with me. I don't know what it is. And so I'm not going to the wrestling show, obviously, to put people in danger. Plus, Monetize This is that night. But here's the exciting thing about wrestling is we got AEW tonight. I got the Diablo 3 Season 22. I'm gonna be streaming that on my gaming channel, 8 p.m. Friday night. And then I'll be starting Monetize This. So I will not cover SmackDown this week. But obviously, Sunday night, Survivor Series, and then Raw is going to kill us, but then we get AEW. So I feel like I'm a little bit excited to see what are they going to do at Survivor Series. Okay, let's see what they do. Probably nothing. And if they don't do much at Survivor Series, which they probably won't, and it's just like a lazy pay-per-view thing, it's really all about The Undertaker. If nothing happens there, then
that's the biggest highlight, obviously. And we'll be covering everything to deal with Survivor Series tomorrow night on Out of Nowhere. We'll preview and give our predictions for all the matches. We'll get it and I've got news as well then, so make sure you tune in. But yeah, I mean, obviously The Undertaker will be the forefront of the night, his celebration, and is he actually retiring? That's something we're going to discuss tomorrow as well.
Is Moxley going to keep the baby? That's the other question.
The other question. Yeah, congratulations to them.
60%.
AEW got their own scoop and major reveal there, so that was cool.
I think 60%.
We did call that, though. We said, I know I said it a few weeks back, that as soon as she leaves WWE, I said she'll be pregnant anytime now. And lo and behold, there we go.
I say they don't keep the baby.
Yeah, that demon spawn. It's probably
I'm
Vince's.
thinking
So I wouldn't keep it either.
60% abortion, I think.
It's probably Vince's, so I wouldn't keep it either.
Oh my God, what the hell's wrong with you? Are you serious?
Well, that's why she had to leave WWE. Vince, casted her out. He didn't want anybody to know.
Oh
and
my
also,
God.
speaking of somebody else that's missing, is Brody Lee. He did confirm that he's injured.
Oh,
so we haven't seen him since I think the dog collar match. That was the first week of October.
Did he get hurt in that match, or do you think he dropped the belt because he was injured?
I think he was dropping the belt regardless, but I think he just happened to get injured in that match because Meltzer's saying that he sustained an ankle injury. So,
that's crazy. I mean,
Brody Lee did confirm that he is injured, but I don't have any clarifications on his injuries, just that he is injured. So Meltzer was the one that said that he possibly sustained an ankle injury.
Wow. I mean, that's too bad.
We saw him was that dog collar match October 7th.
He better be, because otherwise we were going to get mad. Like, I almost wonder if they were trying to just keep it, because it's an ankle injury, 3 to 6 weeks, maybe if it's a sprain. So just keep it at low down, keep it on the low down. No, and then, he can just show up and have a thing. And now maybe they were getting so much pressure from people being like, where the fuck is Brody Lee? What the fuck? And he was like, all right, listen, I'm injured. Fucking all right. It's going to be another.
And for Dark and BT and all that stuff, John Silver's great for the Dark Order as like a secondary leader. Yeah, I agree, Sandman. He works for,
right.
But you need the actual Exalted one, especially when they're back on TV. He needs to be there.
Right, and it'd be really good if they went with the storyline that Cody took it out, like punched her, or Brody Lee kicked her, and like that's the whole thing. Wow, so they can go get it done. Planned Parenthood is open, and then the storyline though they didn't do that. They actually went like Brody Lee kicked her, like beat up Renee.
Yeah, well, WWE already did the abortion and miscarriage angles, so
yeah. But I mean, use it, and this will be like the first time it was really happened, and then they said that's why. So it's really
Tony Khan wants realism.
Yeah, I mean it's very real. They listen, they scoop, and they can even take a picture in the.
What else we got?
Oh,
a little bit of the bubbly. That's it. Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh,
that's fucked up.
A little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
Ayoshari versus Rhea Ripley was amazing. I guarantee best match of either show, not close.
Okay, wow, we're going to have to check that out because I was interested in that. I don't want to talk about it too much because some people just want to watch later. They didn't watch NXT, so we're going to watch it later. Alexis Sweetass, thank you. Is that Alexis Sweetass? Yeah, Alexis Sweetass, thank you. I'm going to check it out.
I've seen of NXT was really, really good, and that Io Shirai match, I only saw a few minutes here and there, like in between, with my own picture-in-picture, but it looked like it was.
I wonder if it beat Rosa.
I guarantee it did.
Joe has a fantasy with Jade Lee is mad.
I don't know. Ab, I don't know, Ab. I don't know if Leah's mad. I don't think Leah's even aware of who that woman is and what's going on. It's weird because I like Sasha Banks, and she's like really petite and little and stuff, but I got a thing for Jade too, but like, yeah, it's weird. But Jade, I'd want her to just crush me. But I don't know. So I don't know I have no way. I'll tell Leah about it. I'll let her know. I would say Becky looked really good in her Prego pictures too, and that's
she looked amazing.
When my wife was pregnant, it was like I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. Looking at her, you wouldn't think so when you're.
I know. I was the same way with Courtney. Like I'm not. Into pregnant women, but when Courtney was pregnant, I couldn't get enough of her.
Yeah, it's something built into us.
Yeah.
Jade has looks, but her promo last week was trash.
Jade looks good, but her promo last week was trash. Says Corwin Eberly. I don't know. I didn't think it was trash.
I disagree. I thought she seemed a little
weird.
She did really
that hangover segment was what wrestling/sports entertainment needed. What's good, fellas?
I agree.
Have you seen the Iron Shake and Beetlejuice go at it? The new Undertaker documentary shows The Undertaker watching it out of all things.
That's so weird.
Just posted. Please.
Thank you, Botch Club. I'll go check it out. That's pretty funny. I think Botch Club. Guys, go follow Botch Club on Instagram. There's so many JCS people over there on Instagram. It's insane. I love chocolate too, says AJ Adams. Jacob became a member. If you want to become a member, click down below, become a member tonight. We're gonna have a members only stream coming up soon. No, I just thought her promo was pretty good. It's better than The Miz, it's better than WWE Raw. It's almost better than every Raw promo. I would say Alexa Bliss is better than her. You know, a couple people like that are better than Jade, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't love the promo. It's a promo I'll never remember. I just think her presence.
I remember that segment because of how off the wall it turned, but
yeah,
her promo.
I mean, Brandy,
stand out, but Brandy's really the standout of all.
Brandy
of that.
is the star of it. When she came out, like, you bitch, like, I didn't know it was fucking open mic night, bitch. Like, that shit was great.
That's quotable. That's memeable. That's a standout for sure. That we'll remember. But Jade was the catalyst to us getting
right.
that.
And how about that, man? That's what you're supposed to do. The fucking heel comes out, makes me. Maybe you didn't like her. Not you, Jake, but other people. But I went, oh my god, this woman is unbelievable looking. And I was like, okay, her promos, whatever. She's acting weird. What is going to happen here? And I'm like, Brandy's going to be pissed about this. And then here comes Brandy. And then Brandy delivers, I think, best Brandy promo I ever heard.
Ever.
And then it's all so great. And then she goes, Shaq is coming, and my dick goes limp. But at least I had that roller coaster ride, you know? At least there was that roller coaster ride. Raw didn't have a roller coaster ride.
No, certainly not.
And the heel put over Brandy. Brandy got put over as a face finally.
You know, Vince's rule.
Did.
You know, Vince's rule is never advertise or promote a match that is not going to happen. He laid into Seth Rollins just recently when he was going tit for tat with CM Punk on Twitter because of that rule. So every time you hear something, you know, stirring or they actually do something on television, you know, the match is going to happen. So you saw last Friday night on SmackDown, Roman, Drew. Okay, that you knew Roman was going to be the one to face Drew. Why? Drew will get the title back because they set it up on SmackDown. Vince is not going to tease something if he doesn't plan on doing it usually. That's always one thing that he really is adamant about. And it sounds funny because he'll advertise matches by the tenfold and then cancel them on Raw, but he doesn't like to have his main stars start a program and not finish it. So I get it, but there wasn't that roller coaster that Raw had. You know, it just, you knew it. You kind of saw it coming. You expected to have some nefarious, you know, somebody come in and some heel tactic, some type of interference. Thankfully, we didn't get that. But it wasn't a huge surprise by any means, as where that promo last week was shocking. Having Will Hobbs turn heel, I didn't see coming. So
yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Good for AEW with that much.
Well, first I went, oh my God, this is so predictable that he's going to turn. That's what I thought when Will Hobbs first got in the ring. Because he stared at the belt, and I went, oh my God, he's literally going to turn. And then I went, he's just going to hold the belt up and like, oh, this is stupid. And then he turns, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. That's what went through my head. So they got me. They almost didn't because it was too obvious that he was coming out. And I was like, and you could tell earlier that they're setting this up for someone's coming out. Something's happening at the end. You could feel it because of, the numbers are against Cody, and like so some big name or someone's going to make a return. I even thought for a second Brody Lee was going to come out to help him, and it was going to be like, why would he do that? What the hell is this? Like, and they were going to do some kind of swervy thing, and then here comes Will Hobbs, and I go, it's just Will Hobbs to help out, and I go, oh my God, he's going to turn heel, and then he had a look completely that changed my mind, and I went, he's not turning heel. It's really just going to end like the cliffhanger that, he wants to face him for the FTW title. But a few minutes ago, they just said that it's not a real belt. So it was like, this is stupid. And I started to get upset. And then he does turn. And then I'm like, oh, fucking God. They got me. That's
they brought forth your expectations and then subverted them and then managed to, follow through. It was a good way of handling
that's
it.
pretty fucking good. Like, that's pretty cool. I mean, the only one that didn't, even Pentagon earlier or whatever, Penta.
Yeah.
That was a little bit like that too. Unfortunately, they sort of did the same thing twice. It was like, okay, he came out earlier. But you didn't know quite which side he was going to go with. You're like, he can't not side with his brother, but there's so much loyalty to, all right, where's he going to go? Is it going to be with Eddie? And then, all right, he'll side with his brother. So it was a little obvious, family's family, but, there still was that chance. So, especially after last week, with Eddie building him up. With Penta, I thought, oh my God, they're going to make it look like he's attacking him, but then they're going to make it look like he's going to help him, and then he is going to attack him. So it is what you thought, but you thought he was going to go the other way. So I was doing that during that, and then he did stick up for his brother, and I was like, okay, well, that makes the most sense. So good thing he did that. But it was kind of weird that he was like looking around as if he didn't know. I mean, that didn't make any sense. You got your brother 100%. I would have suckered the other guys in, like, come in here and hold him down. Then I would have smashed them with the chair. And I would have been like, dude, what are you doing hitting my brother? So that's the only thing that I would have done different. I wouldn't have done the whole, I'm going to defend my brother, but, get you out of the ring. I would have had him clobber people with the chair first because he knew he had to in order to get out of the 3-on-2 attack or 3-on-1 attack. So that's the only thing. I wish he had gotten them like, come on in and hold him. And as the first guy got in, he clocked, Eddie with the chair. Eddie was money on the mic tonight, too.
Oh, he was great on commentary. At one point, Blade's got the tights, and he's like, you see nothing, stuff like that. It was a highlight. And to go back really quick, I was talking with somebody the other day on Twitter, and I we're just kind of fantasy booking and saying, like, oh, where's Brody Lee been? What's he going to do when he comes back? And what you said, Brody Lee coming out to help Cody, that could be a really interesting story if the Dark Order was to try and, constantly save Cody and show, hey, we're good guys. No, we're doing the right thing. Like the way they kind of hid their real intentions from Colt Cabana from a while. Imagine getting a Cody for a short bit, nothing long, just a short story, but Cody with the Dark Order. I think that could be fun. Yeah, I don't know. I think it could work. Nothing long term. It'd be short. He wouldn't stay with them long. Same kind of idea with Daniel Bryan when he joined, the Wyatt family, but have the story kind of play out a little bit different and have Cody be more willing to join.
How about this? Realize Brody helps him, like you said, like I was saying earlier with the other thing. Brody helps him.
Comes out to make the save.
They're working together, and then one night, it's like Cody and the Dark Order against another team or something like that. And then, all of a sudden at the end, they turn on Cody, of course. And then, they're in the ring, and Brody Lee's just like, get down on your knees, Cody. Like, this is what do you have to say, man? This is going to be the last thing that you ever see on Dynamite, with your eyes or with your two legs working, and you're stupid, And then Cody just grabbed the microphone and he'd be like, do you really think that I didn't see this day coming? That type of thing. And then, like, all of a sudden, all these dudes jump over the barricade and Cody has a big team with him. And then it's like a big 5-on-5 or a 6-man tag or 12, whatever the fuck, 6-on-6.
That works great for the War Games Blood and Guts match that they wanted to have. And that kind of writes itself. Cody was smart.
Yeah.
This whole time we thought Cody was an idiot for joining the Dark Order, but he just knew it was survival of the fittest. You got to go ahead and do what you can to make sure you stay on top.
Right.
And now you have his teammates be injured at that point too. Have everybody from the Nightmare family not be able to help him.
Right. Exactly.
So now all of a sudden, everybody from the Nightmare family can make their return at the same point in time where he turns on the Dark Order because I knew you'd turn on me kind of idea. And that's when they have that 5-on-5 match. That'd be great.
Go grab the Gunn brothers too. Get Billy and or wherever Billy and his kid.
Yeah, they're kind of with the Nightmare family already. So it'd be them two, QT, and obviously his brother Dustin. So
and the entire Dark Order. You have the War Games or whatever you call it. The Blood
and Guts.
Blood and Guts. Yeah, Blood and Guts, or even if you just have a fucking maybe the same night as the what they stole the Game of Thrones slogan, "Winter is coming," whatever that is.
For that,
even for that, if you
Dynamite special they have,
if you want to just call it Blood and Guts or like call it like fucking War to like the great the war, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, and then have that match, dude, have that match like open the night, or have that co-main event the night, have that match go on at like 9 p.m. and then whatever, have the other one when it starts, whenever that is. Or I guess one would have to be at 9:30 and the other one would be like at 10:20. So I don't know. I think that'd be cool to have those two big events that night, and that show would just blow it out the water if that was the case.
Massive.
And it's elimination. I think an elimination match would be wonderful. And I don't know what you do. I don't know who wins that. Who cares? You could do all kinds of things.
Especially because neither team has any titles, you really can go either which way.
Well, you have it come
do afterwards.
You have everybody get eliminated and have it come down to Cody and Brody, and then they just tear it up. And maybe there's rules like when the match becomes final elimination or something. There's anywhere falls match or something like that. Like what I mean?
Yeah, because if War Games, they got it in the cage, so they can do it that. Obviously the two cages, the two rings. So you couldn't do elimination that way. Usually they just let them in one at a time, but
or give me 3 stages of hell with Cody and Brody.
That would be good if not War Games do a 5-on-5 and then whoever the last two surviving it turns into that stipulation match.
AEW presents Straight to Hell. Cody Rhodes versus
Brody.
Dude, I mean, straight to hell. And you start the match in a cage match or something, a barbed wire
straight
cage.
To hell.
Or,
I like it.
Or just something crazy, like anything, anywhere falls match is how it starts. Then your second match is like a fucking something, and then it becomes a ladder match, and they lower the fucking thing from the top. That would be really cool. Like the third stage is a ladder match or is a death ladder match, and the ropes are barbed wire or something. I don't fucking know. Do something crazy. I don't want blood.
Yeah.
I don't need blood and guts, but give me something that's seems dangerous.
Something that stands out. And because TNA did some of those matches too. I don't remember what it was called, but where they have a battle royal and then it went the last two surviving members, and it actually turns into a match for said title, and things like that. That could be a really cool idea for elimination, where whoever the last two or the last surviving members, that would be it. So if you have two on one team and one on the other, it's a handicap match. That kind of.
How about this?
Would be cool.
Make the canvas, get rid of the canvas, and the canvas is all cage mesh. So you layer a bunch of cage, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you layer 4 layers of cage or 5 layers of cage, and you tie them in the corners, right? So it's still bouncy, but it's cage mesh. Then in the middle, a ladder, but the ladder is stuck there. It's in the position. It's screwed down, it's drilled down and stuck.
Yeah, kind of coming through the cage.
Right, and then you hang the fucking belt up, or you hang whatever the fuck up in the middle, the contract, the title opportunity, whatever it is. And the guys have to climb to get it, but the ring is normal, but there's no pad. It's all cage mesh, and you call it the pit or the death pit match or something like that. And dude, that would be fucking fire. And you put that ring next to the other ring, and in the third stage, you can't enter, you can't leave. I don't know, just something like that. Obviously, that's the ring you want to be in because that's where the belt is. So they can still go to the other ring and have whatever the fuck, and then they can go to the other ring when they want to be getting the belt. And
yeah, now that has dual purpose as well. That'd be a lot of fun. That's a really interesting match type. It's almost like their own elimination chamber meets war games meets that. That's a
or how about it's AEW duality, and it's you play on the word duel or duel, two duels.
Yeah.
And they change the other ring all night. The other ring changes all night. So you know what I mean? In one of the other matches, it's a fucking whatever, and the other ring can change. I don't know, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm just spitting shit. I'm going.
No, I know, but it's
off
the
the
ring of danger.
Right now.
Yeah, everything makes it more dangerous. Is it barbed wire ropes? Is it an inferno match? Is it? Yeah, we could. Hey,
now there's
in order us to be fans again. I'll tell you that much, because everything's been so drab that I actually like the idea of fantasy booking and being excited for something for once. AEW has been good, but not great recently, and this has been a really, really good night of television. I'm really happy with everything we got tonight, and it made me excited even more so for what we're getting coming up.
Somebody goes, Joe's trying to kill people. No,
hey,
dude,
hey.
You're gonna want to. You gotta when it comes to the third stage, it's all about the second ring, and the second ring is the dangerous one. It's gonna be really interesting when these guys transition over to that. And just to see them suplex and go off the ropes and the cage meshes bouncing around. I don't know. It'd be a lot of fun to me. Let me play a dono. We got donations coming in.
Super Chat Party.
Our buddy Steve Callan.
Hey Joe and Jake, I give AU 7 5/10.
That's a pretty good score. I think I'm at that same score. I want to say that's pretty much what I think I was going to give tonight, which is above last week.
Where I was at as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, maybe a 7 or a 7.5. I wouldn't go higher or lower. That's me. I don't know what the fuck am I looking at on TV right now? What's on TV? What's on TNT? What came on after AEW?
I don't know, because I immediately switched back to NXT.
Oh, the Equalizer. I was like, this looks like
Equalizer, that movie. Good movie.
It looks like South Boston. That's why I was like, are they in South Boston? But the Equalizer's like Philly, isn't it, or something? Anyway.
I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Somebody tell me where the Equalizer takes place. It really looked like South Boston, but it might be Philly or something, or New York. I don't know. But yeah, it's tonight was very nice. Let's go to another dono. Let's play another one. Steve Callan,
New York setting.
New York, okay.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Oh no, Boston too.
WWE does have their Jade. It's Rhea Ripley. Everything about her screams star.
Oh, yeah.
She's just young 23 or something. But please, Triple H, don't let Vince ruin her.
Well, see, Eazy-E, I don't think that Rhea Ripley looks like Jade. I think Jade looks way like crazier than Rhea Ripley. However, Rhea Ripley is obviously the better promo, and probably the better wrestler is Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's the better wrestler, the better promo, the better package for what you want. But I'm just saying that Jade, though, has a look that I don't see anybody having that look. Rhea Ripley doesn't have that look.
Comparison, though.
No, I see it. I definitely do. I'd love to put those two up against each other. That would be fire. But no, what did you say about New York? It's New York, right?
Yeah, what it says here is that the screenplay, he changed it back to Brooklyn because he had been told by the producers that the white lower-class gangster had been played out in Boston. So the movie was written to be in Boston the entire time, but they shifted the drama to take place in Brooklyn for the screenplay only because they thought that all the other movies that came out at that time, like The Town and stuff like that, had played out the Boston area.
Did they film in Boston, though?
I don't know. That I'm not sure of.
Dude, it looks like Boston. That looks like East Boston or South Boston. It kind of looks like East Boston. It might even be Chelsea, but it looks like South Boston. I don't know. It just looks like Boston to me. I don't know. Maybe they filmed in Boston, but it's New York. They call it New York, but it's Boston.
They filmed in Salisbury, Hamilton, Chelsea, Haverhill, and Boston, Massachusetts in 2013.
Unbelievable. I know my fucking city. This ain't Brooklyn, motherfucker.
You called it.
By the way, I was born in Haverhill. That's fucking hilarious. They filmed in Haverhill.
Is it Haverhill or Haverhill?
It's Haverhill from here,
Haverhill?
asshole. You better not. Would you fucking say that again?
I just Haverhill. Yeah,
no, it's Haverhill. We call it Haverhill.
Haverhill.
Don't fuck around here. This is like when people call Peabody Peabody, and this is like when people call Quincy instead of Quincy.
Quincy.
And this is like when people say Worcester, and it's Worcester.
Worcester.
And this is like when people say Medford, and it's Medford.
And yes, NXT did have a blindfold match. I didn't get to see it. I heard it was a bit ridiculous, but Cameron Grimes and the one he faced in the haunted house there. Oh, God, I always forget his name. The serial killer that doesn't speak.
The guy that doesn't matter, yeah. That guy.
I always forget his name. But they had their blindfold match. I didn't see it, but
yeah,
I'm sure it was a disaster.
I can't believe that they filmed in Haverhill. That's it's a shithole, so that could be why. That's where I was born, man. I was born at Haverhill Hospital or something like that. I don't know. What's up? And it's like borderline to New Hampshire, so that's a long ways away to go, man. That's like you're in Chelsea, Massachusetts, and then you decide to drive
Dexter Loomis.
The guy looks like Stone Cold.
Yep, I knew it'd come to me.
No wonder I like the fucking Equalizer. By the way, I love the Equalizer. The first one is great. I didn't see the other one. I love Denzel in this movie, bro. You want Denzel to be your dad. It's like the movie The Professional, kind of like a little bit. It's like The Professional meets what's the one with what's his face where he he picks up the phone, his daughter's gone. The Taken.
Yeah, Taken.
It's like Taken and The Professional a little bit rolled into one with Denzel Washington in the Equalizer. And I know it's a remake too. It's a remake, Equalizer, but I like the remake. Yeah,
I like Denzel. It was a really good movie.
Yeah, it's not like one of those remakes where I think like Walking Tall was kind of like that too. It was like, all right, it's a remake, but I kind of like it because it's The Rock.
I really like that one as well. Yeah, well acted.
Yeah, because it's just you can't go wrong with the good guy beating up the bad guys the way they do. You really can't. So
especially when the good guy gets his ass beat so badly, it gives him good motivation for revenge.
Yeah, exactly.
So speaking of revenge, we got some interesting storylines that started off tonight and some new feuds that are happening, which I'm pretty excited about for some of these things, and I'm rather curious what's going to happen. So kicking off the night, we got the AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, making their big entrance with the tag titles for the first time on Dynamite. They're taking on Top Flight, so Darius Martin and Dante Martin, and this was a non-title match. These guys were obviously hired by the Young Bucks, brought into AEW, both very, very young, and commentary pushed them over the whole time. They looked really good here. It was a little less than 10 minutes. I think it was just shy of 9 minutes. And afterwards, we had, the run-in from Evans and Angelico, so they came in, and the Bucks ran them off and checked on Top Flight and kind of helped them to their feet, raised their arms, and did the good guy show of respect thing. But between they had the really, really good, heartfelt video package that they put together beforehand. The match was fun. It was enjoyable. It wasn't as crazy as what we're usually used to with the Young Bucks, but I think that was a good thing. It didn't need to be as high flying as we always get.
I thought it was pretty crazy.
especially when Darius and Dante did enough of it compared to the Young Bucks. They were more aerial, I felt.
Oh yeah, they were trying to not show them up, I think, is what the goal there was. By the way, Flip Gordon and John Cena fornicated and made Dante or whatever his name is.
I saw that on Twitter, and that was hilarious. He really does have that look.
This guy, legit, like Flip Gordon and John Cena, like definitely fucked and made this guy. I think these
guys are so damn good already.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. I see something in him that's a little bit not white. So wait a minute. So Darren Young, add Darren Young to this list.
There you go.
We got to add Darren Young without
just for a little bit of color.
Yeah, because that hair is not from a white person. So like we got to add Darren Young. Let me see here. Okay, so now. Where's Darren Young? Give me a photo of him. I got to find him because he looks like Cena too. So it makes sense I would confuse it. In fact, maybe it's not Cena. Maybe it's just Darren Young. Yeah,
and Gordon. Those two combined.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe it's just Darren Young
or Cena and Darren Young combined.
Yeah, there's something. These guys did something.
You got something though there. Just take all their semen, put it in a blender, and we'll figure it out later.
I really think something's going on in that WWE locker room. Is what I'm saying. Okay, so these guys all had a baby together, and clearly, he's got clout in the wrestling business because of the people. Look,
Eskimo brothers.
So they all fornicated and out-popped him. So, okay, we get it.
That's why they're so exemplary in the ring already. It's just pure talent.
Unbelievable. I told you wouldn't get a notification, Jesse James. I told you wouldn't get one earlier today. Told you.
Yeah.
I was live. I was live twice today, plus a video. That's why you got to be on Patreon. I sent the alert out on Patreon, and everybody got that, I believe. So you got to get on Patreon. Plus, we need you on there.
Then we got the first part of the Inner Circle in Vegas. So they were playing blackjack, and Sammy actually has blackjack, but MJF swapped out his cards without him knowing. That was funny. I don't remember if it was the first part or the second part, but Hager and Wardlow were fighting other people, trying to one-up each other. I believe that was in the second part.
They looked at each other.
Yeah, and then they start beating up random patrons around the area, and then start throwing people into each other and kind of just sizing each other up. That was funny. Both MJF and Jericho ordering every type of liquor, finally getting to Everclear. Obviously, the strongest stuff you can get at the bar, and they do these gigantic shots. I mean, that wasn't even a shot. That was a whole glass. That would kill you if you're drinking that of, moonshine or Everclear. Dear God. And both of them just, son of a bitch. Like, they're choking on it, saying it's killing them. They're holding their stomachs. And now they're stumbling around. They run into Santana and Ortiz, and, they end up getting Conan at the bar. And I think that's when Hager and Wardlow started to fight with other people at the bar. And they said they'd come back later. So far it's been really funny, and I'm all for it. I was really looking forward to more later on.
Yeah, I thought it was great, and I mean it was okay. Like, I thought it was good. There were really funny little moments, and again, Elvis for some reason was my favorite thing. I wish Elvis fell off the building.
It was one of the better Inner Circle.
Why couldn't you make Elvis fall off the roof? Come on, or like do something where he gets hit by a car. I mean, or they lost Elvis. I don't know.
Super Chat Party.
Rip Tommy, North Carolina's Cat and Bobby Brown.
Oh, you mean Snowball, the one that got hit by the what was it? The frost or no? The hail. Hail killed his cat. And
yes, really? That's terrible.
Years ago, like 7 years ago or something.
I thought something happened recently though.
No, it was an old cat got hit.
All right.
But Bobby Brown's son is dead today.
He was 28, I believe. Terrible. Rest in peace there.
I don't know what happened, but it's just sad to see a guy. That's crazy. That guy was young.
Man, he was just not well off and cursed.
I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't even want to say because I don't know. But I didn't know anything about him. It's just kind of sad. He's too young. I don't know. No matter what, I know he's too young. I know Bobby Brown's son is too young to die. But I mean, I don't know what it was from. So,
yeah, but Bobby Jr. was found dead, and TMZ says he was found dead Wednesday in his home in the LA area. Police are still at the house, and his sources tell us at this point they do not believe there was foul play involved.
Yeah, it was the cops. Come on.
And it's another horrific tragedy for the family because his sister died when she was 22, Bobby Christina, obviously his mother, Whitney Houston.
Who's left?
It's just poof.
Well, that's it. There's no one left to feel sad. But brother,
They
cousins
have one more child. I thought they had 3 children, but
oh boy, if they have another one, I feel like awful. You're like the last one left, and you're just like, what? That's just fuck you for bringing this up.
yeah, Bobby
just
LaPrinca and Landon Brown. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 children. So he's been busy.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, that's sad though.
I don't know if they. I don't. Obviously, they aren't all with Whitney.
Oh my God. Well, that's sad because they have kids or whatever, right? That's sad.
Yeah,
that sucks, dude. That's fucking sad.
But speaking of a little bit of good news,
maybe
John Moxley's promo.
Maybe I can pass away from my kids. No, okay, yeah, he's pregnant, bringing in the kid to the world. Abort.
So congrats to Renee and Moxley for that. He told a really good story about his dad. Was a big man who would box his face off if he ever talked back or got out of line. And his father picked him up from the police station, telling him that no matter what happens, you're the good guys. I really like the story. It resonated with me because my father's a shithead, so it seems kind of in line. And then he said, he talked about how much his body hurts, and he's got a pregnant wife at home, and challengers come from every way possible. And he said, I'm going to sign the contract without any hesitation, and I'm going to shake Kenny Omega's hand before looking him in the eye and telling him that he's the best wrestler in the world. And he said that, I'll never change kind of idea. And it was just a really solid promo again from Moxley. You're never disappointed with him on the mic.
He's sitting on some steps.
He always delivers.
Well, he's going to be delivering a kid soon.
Do you remember back in 2015 Survivor Series when The Undertaker came back and did a tag team match with Kane? It was the Brothers of Destruction versus the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
At the time we were all thinking Taker was almost ready to retire, but he did 5 more years.
Yep. Kind of funny. We thought he was retiring forever. Like, we thought WrestleMania 30 might have been it. That's why they did it. We're like, oh my God, this was his. He didn't even announce it, and then he just kept going and going. It was the tour that didn't end, and now here we are, still kind of. But
they killed Kane they killed the Wyatt family with Kane and
a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Slappy Fez, what's up?
The best thing about a pregnant lady is that you can't impregnate her twice. Honestly, why Tommy NC loves Step A. Thunder Rosa best on air you tonight.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when you're pregnant, it's always cream pie for dessert. No doubt about it.
Oh God, oh man, I remember being just getting in that.
Till you drown. Yeah, I got you.
Slappy Fez, thank you, brother. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
What was next? Oh, we had Orange Cassidy and Kip Sabian. I tried to get into this.
Thank you, Jose, for subbing to the channel. Sorry, Jose Jefferson, Porma Cerveza.
Get him a beer. So, yeah, I tried to get into this match. Now, Miro was infuriating me on commentary. As were Eddie, I couldn't get enough of. Miro, I just wanted him to shut up. Everything he said was just cringy, and he felt ridiculous.
Miro sucks.
I'm trying to give you a specific example, but he was just grating on my nerves that I kept tuning him out.
The first thing he said was, I'm living my best life.
Yes, things like that. And
dude, let me ask you this. Miro, do you go to like fucking like 15-year-old females' Twitter accounts and like take their fucking tweets and then say that shit on AEW? Is that what you do? Dude, he's like, he sits down, I'm living my best life. What the fuck do you mean you're living your best? What the fuck are you saying right now, dude? I thought he was supposed to be like a video game guy. Like, what the fuck is his character? Dude.
Whatever happened to Billy Mitchell showing up, the King of Kong guy, and they were supposed to plan the bachelor party for Kip Sabian. Remember? He's like, I don't know what to do for a bachelor party. And then they saw the guy in the arcade, and he's like, oh, don't worry, I got an idea. And then next week, they never followed it up, and we never heard anything else about the wedding either. We haven't heard about their wedding since then.
Miro
like, it's just
sucks.
been written off. So I don't know if they're not getting married
Go play on
anymore,
Twitch, you big Bulgarian piece of shit. Go get on Twitch, you fucking fake idiot. Go get on Twitch. You're better in WWE. I'm sorry. Fucking, what the fuck are you doing? You're better in WWE, Miro. You're better in
Kip
WWE.
Sabian lost to the
I'm living my
mousetrap.
best life. I'm living my best life. Fuck. I'm not done yet. I'm going to flip out on this.
You need to, because Kip looked like an idiot.
Go ahead and wear your fucking cunty fucking $1 million PJs. You fucking idiot. Miro, go wear your fucking cunty fucking goddamn fucking $1 million PJs. Oh, you don't understand the fashion. Yeah, I understand. You look like a fucking idiot. You look like a cocksucker, all right? Stop wearing your fucking fanny pack with your fucking PJs that cost $5,000. Nobody can relate to a fucking thing you're doing that isn't a douchebag cunt, all right? Nobody knows what you're doing. Nobody knows who you are. 1 minute you're talking about celebrate the games and the video game, and then the next minute you're like, I've not had enough of him. I break his arm. Then the next minute you say, I'm living my best life right now. Yeah? Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm living a fucking nightmare every time you speak, okay? I'm living a fucking reality of why WWE released you and didn't release Lana. Were you backstage at WWE doing this? Like, let me play video game face. Like, I mean, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, let this guy go out there and just, like, maybe he can't cut a promo without somebody. I don't know. Rusev Crush. That's the best thing you've ever said. Rusev Crush is the best thing you ever said. It's Rusev Day. Like, I thought that was kind of stupid, but it was, like, kind of okay. This sucks. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you are. The only way you'd be exciting is if we got you loaded on fucking 7 glasses of brandy and then put a pussy in front of your face and watched what you decided to do with it, okay? Or let you play Pac-Man while on steroids and crack cocaine. Miro, what the fuck are you, dude? You look like fucking homeless, like fucking Bulgarian Eminem. No one knows what you're doing, and whoever is controlling what you're doing, I don't know if it's you, somebody at AEW, someone else's idea, whoever is coming up with Miro's creative is a fucking moron.
Yeah, it sucks because even DJ Scandalous said he should be destroying everyone, not backing up 150-pound, little mouse. It doesn't feel right. And then the way he ran in to do the attack after the match, it seemed so... I don't know how to say it without sounding homophobic, but it was just like faggy. The way he floated into the ring and kind of hopped, and it just didn't look intimidating. It looked silly.
Wow.
It just looked ridiculous. I can't formulate a better way to explain it, but...
You know what's weird is when Miro runs into the ring like that, it's like cringy. It's like, what is he doing?
Yeah,
but if Sonny Kiss had run into the ring that way, it would have been totally normal. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, so when Miro runs into the ring flamboyant, it makes him look ridiculous. But if Sonny Kiss, because you use the F word, when Sonny Kiss runs into the ring like that, it actually doesn't look bad. It looks normal. It looks like Sonny Kiss is fine doing that. Yeah, but Miro doing it was like, what is he? Is he purposely prancing? Like, it was very weird.
It was a prance, and it was uncomfortably awkward.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, Sonny Kiss can prance everywhere, and it doesn't. I don't give a shit. Cornette does. Cornette's like, Sonny Kiss prance around. I don't mind it. But when Miro prances, I go, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Now, if Miro is bisexual, I'd be like, oh, okay, well that's fine then. But if supposed straight guy starts prancing,
yeah, with his hot wife that he always brags about, and
I think his wife stuck a dildo in him. His wife put a dildo in.
Wood splinters in her ass at this point.
I think, dude, Sonny Kiss, Miro, Sonny Kiss, Miro, Sonny Kiss, Miro. I know who Sonny Kiss is. Sonny Kiss is a hopeful, charismatic, flamboyant wrestler who, has charisma in the ring, is a little ridiculous with the antics and stuff like that, is gay, and dresses and dances. And also Sonny Kiss has this dancing background, so he will put on this dancing show that goes into his character. And so, like, I get what Sonny Kiss is. Like, he's
so effervescent and so just bubbly and enticing that it fits with that.
Right.
Character.
You're like, I know what that is. That's the
over-the-top nature suits Sonny Kiss well. Sonny Kiss, with Miro, the outfit that he wore to the ring, like, I don't want to criticize somebody for their clothes, but it doesn't fit him and the character that as the best man that they're presenting. He's supposed to be this intimidating, star, and that's not what we're getting. That bright red shirt stuck out like a sore thumb.
Somebody in the chat said it, Junior Mahal, Sonny Kiss is true to himself. That's why Sonny Kiss comes off right. Miro comes off like a lost soul. So to me, Sonny Kiss is a valuable staple of the lower card. Like, Sonny Kiss is on the lower card. sometimes loses a lot, but sometimes wins and is entertaining, and there Sonny Kiss is. Miro, I don't know what Miro is. Miro is nowhere on the card. I don't know if Miro is supposed to be the badass, the mid card, the top guy, the lower tier. I don't know what the fuck Miro is doing. Sonny Kiss is at least there's a fucking roadmap of what Sonny Kiss is doing. Right now the only problem is there's a ceiling for Sonny Kiss right now. I don't know how you could break through to the mid card or to the upper mid card if you want to use those naughty terms for the wrestling language. But Miro is just a fucking dude, when I look over it, if you told me, Joe, I'd like you to book Miro tonight. You got 2 minutes to book Miro. I'd be like, "Oh no." But if you told me I got 2 minutes to book Sonny, I'd be like, "Oh, thank God, this is easy. We know what we're doing here. We got Sonny Kiss already ready to go."
And Sonny Kiss was doing great things with Joey Janela as a tag team. They were telling these really interesting road stories, and we were getting a lot of character from the two of them.
They're still doing it on Dark. They're still doing it on Dark and on Twitter, and I still they have a nice chemistry.
With Joey not being around recently with the COVID stuff and things like that, I'm hoping when everything gets, I don't want to say back to normal, but back to how it was at least even a few weeks ago, then we can go ahead and kind of see that story resume.
I'm glad Joey's okay, it looks like.
It seems like things are good there. But
I did tweet him and make a joke. I said, "Come on, Joey, you didn't want to get squashed because Sonny came out and got squashed, and it was supposed to be Joey, and you're like, oh, Joey said he had COVID to get out of it, and he actually liked and I think he retweeted that, and so I thought I think that's funny. That's good of him because I also felt bad because if he really had COVID, that's." I know that most of it, 99%, we're going to be fine, but it's still.
I think he was just quarantining to be safe.
Yeah,
I don't know if she had it, but
it's still scary. No matter what, even if you get the flu now. I mean, look at me. I'm sick. I don't know why I've lost my voice. Probably the Alex Jones voice. My kids are sick at the same time. Every time you're sick, you start thinking, what's going on? Oh my God. So, or if you're a tough guy, you're just like, I don't give a shit. I'll kill whatever it is. I don't give a fuck. But so Joey's just a fun person. I think he's a nice guy and a fun guy, and.
I just didn't care much about this match, though. I mean, the story is that Orange Cassidy was told to apologize by Kip. He apologized, and then Kip slapped him, and he walked away. So, I mean, now we got the match. It's like, all right, whatever. Not really anything too intriguing to begin with. And then it wasn't like it was wrestled bad or anything. I just couldn't get into it. I tried, but it just wasn't interesting, really. Especially compared to other things that we've seen so far tonight. That tag match was much better handled than this.
So I kind of was into it in a way because they were sort of talking about how he intimidates his opponent, so to speak, taunts them by putting his hand in the pockets. And I think this was commentary with Eddie, right? Wasn't Eddie on commentary?
No, this is with Miro.
Oh, yeah, with Miro. Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't good.
Yeah, so Miro on commentary was a real detractor from this as well. It was just huge takeaway, and it just felt very long. It was I believe just shy of 11 minutes, and the tag match only was shy of 9. So I wish this one went less, and especially the way it ended. I know the mousetrap is one of his finishers with the roll up, but the way he rolled him up, and it just didn't look like he was trying to escape at all whatsoever. So
right.
Kip gets pinned, and then obviously they do the attack afterwards. Miro prances and hops to the ring, takes out Orange Cassidy, and then the best friends come out for the save. So we will see some tag match or something of that sort next week or the week after, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll whatever. I didn't care too much about it either, but the tag match to open the show was all right. I just didn't care. I don't care about those new guys. I know they were there for the Young Bucks mostly. I just didn't care that much about the opening with the tag match. It was a fun match.
I think the more we see them, I liked the initial presentation of, Top Flight, and I'm curious what else we can get from them with them being so young.
Well, I'm sure they'll
21. I believe they said that's incredibly young. They got the whole world in front of them. So
it's Private Party 2 is all I see. But I know they've been around, but it's just
I see them a little bit different, but I can get the correlation.
I'm a negative person right now.
Well, no, but hopefully they define themselves differently. That's up to AEW's creative team to differentiate them. So every tag team doesn't feel just like Private Party, or in WWE, everybody. Oh, it's either the New Day or the Bar. Everybody was the same. So you need to really get some defining characteristics that make you different. Then we had what after that? Let's see. After that, Tony Schiavone is in the ring. He introduces Kenny Omega, the cleaner. Justin Roberts then gives him an over-the-top introduction, really goes on like he's been doing for the past few weeks. We got the women coming out, dancing with the brooms. Omega made his full entrance. He's got a suit. He's got shades. He's looking the part. He's feeling himself. I'm liking this version of Kenny more than anything else we've seen from him so far. So This is, it's interesting. I like that cocky, smarmy, very, very sure of himself, Kenny Omega. Then all of a sudden we see backstage Moxley's laid out on the ground. His nose is bloody. He's got, the medical team near him. And Omega said, I'm not into, psychology. And I knew Moxley would avoid me. And he said, I'll be there on December 2nd. I hope Moxley's there too. And then he signed the contract and he said, well, we are live, and then that was kind of the end of it with Ross. So it was funny, but at least now we know one person signed the contract. Who attacked Moxley? That's the big question here. So that's interesting. We got to find out who attacked him.
Yeah, I like that little swerve there because I really thought he was coming out and we were going to get some kind of face off. And instead they went with that. So
yeah. And now it pays off. Is there somebody else going after the title? What I'm wondering is it Hangman? Could they do something with Hangman?
That's the person I thought it was too. So
really? Yeah, because is he trying to soften up Moxley so that he can go for the title against Kenny? That's a thought. I don't know. We'll see where they go with it, but at least there's intriguing options.
Yeah.
Then we had the rest of the Inner Circle Vegas stuff. This was, I thought, a little bit better than the first part. They're all on the roof, and you got the Elvis, the newest member of the Inner Circle.
How about when MJF howled, I fucking died. Like when he went,
you got the Blood Brothers line with Sammy and the knife, and they're all trying to stop him from cutting himself. That's when MJF starts howling at the moon, and then the time jump. It's the next morning now, and we see Jericho waking up like the Hangover movies. He's all hungover in bed. He sees the Elvis impersonator in bed next to him, and they have no memory or recollection of what happened. MJF kind of comes out stumbling, half with it, and sees Sammy sleeping in a fountain. He starts, really chastising him, saying, oh, you're an idiot for, sleeping there. And that's when they pan over and you see marker written all over MJF's face saying Sammy was here. And that's when Sammy noticed he had the wedding rings on, and he's like, "Oh, I married multiple women." We saw the paintings.
I gotta find those pictures again too to look at every photo. I gotta get a screenshot of those.
The third one, he was, the bride was faced the other way, but it was just very funny. So everything they got there, finding Hornswoggle in a diaper and crying in the closet. I wish we got more. Having Jericho come out to commentary killed it for me in the sense of like, oh, there's no more. I was disappointed. So I didn't want it to end there, but I do like what we got.
Right.
Then Eddie came out. He was on commentary. He was phenomenal, as we said. We got Pac versus the Blade. This is Pac's first match, as they told us 50 times in 8 months. Really good match here. A lot of great back and forths. Allie got involved. The bunny, whatever they want to call her at this point. Somebody said something disparaging about her on commentary, and Eddie damn near bit their face off, which I thought was really funny.
Wait, repeat that.
Somebody, maybe it was JR. I don't remember the line. Someone in the chat will have to help us if you can't recall it. But somebody said something disparaging against Allie, the bunny. And that's when Eddie snapped at him and basically bit their face off.
I think it was JR, or somebody.
He called her Jezebel.
He called that Jezebel or Jezebel at the. I called him. I almost said Jezebel. And he goes, get another shot of her, get the cameraman to get another shot of her or whatever. Yeah, I think it was JR. Because he at one point, JR said a couple things, but then JR said something really over the line or whatever with Eddie there, and Eddie goes, whoa, and he goes, JR, I don't know, I thought he might have been listen, I grew up loving you, man. I never thought, but I'll tell you, man, if you were somebody else, I'd have broken your arm right here. I'm looking at you and dead in the face, JR. I love you, but. But he was keeping it light kind of on commentary in a way, so that was
better. Going real over the top, but anytime he's on there, it's a treat, just like Jericho is usually. Afterwards, Pac gets on the mic, and he's starting to berate Eddie, and that's when the Butcher attacks him from behind, and the Blade joins in as well, and it's just a numbers game. Eddie gets into the ring and starts, it's 3-on-1. And, Eddie says, oh, I'm going to play the world's smallest violin for him. That was funny as well. He just keeps it going. That's when Rey Fenix runs out, tries to help, and gets taken down. Penta comes out, kind of not sure which side he's going to be on, but he ends up helping his brother. And now the Death Triangle trio is back together. So that's interesting to see the shift of power, as Tony Khan called it, and where this leads to. We're going to get a 3-on-3 match eventually, but what will the stipulation be? What are the terms? What are the, I'm curious as to what happens next with these guys.
Oh my God, Jake. I'm sorry. I know we're talking about AEW, and we've been talking about AEW for the last hour and 15 minutes, and I'm not going to say anything, but oh my God, dude. I'm just going to say that, dude, somebody on NXT, and his name rhymes with fat, got fucking scissor kicked in the face, and it was one of the best sells I've ever seen. Like for like that kick, for that maneuver, for a front kick to the face, like a step up kick to the face, or like a scissor kick to the face. Oh my God, dude! If that's new, if that's from tonight, that looks awesome. Like, and
check it out.
If you guys watch NXT, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm probably gonna go watch NXT in a few minutes because it's so hot that I gotta go watch it. I'm hearing it's just fucking fire, so I gotta watch it.
What I saw of it was damn good, and I'm we can talk about it tomorrow during the day if you want as well. But
yeah, I
mean, like I said, that women's match, just a few parts that I didn't see of Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley, looked damn good. So a lot of people that I've seen that watch both said it was better than the AEW women's match, and that was really good too. So
yeah, I would give the AEW's women's match tonight, I don't know, like an 8, 7.5,
7.5 even. Yeah,
I mean, I would go 7.5 to an 8 to me, but if the women's match in NXT was an 8 or beyond, I mean, then talk about fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's what we had next. So we had Serena Deeb taking on Thunder Rosa. She's challenging for Serena's NWA Women's Championship. Excellent match. Really good from these two. And I'm glad that Reba showed up, tried to get the distraction.
Reba!
And that Serena Deeb didn't, apparently, allegedly anyways, from the way we were shown in the ring and what happened, didn't know about the interference from Britt Baker. So
right,
Dr.
she's not
Britt
a
Baker
heel.
Comes in and lays out Thunder Rosa. And they put over Thunder Rosa huge here because once Britt rolls her back inside the ring, Deeb power bombs her and pins her and gets a great near fall. Just the 2 count. And I thought it was over right then and there. So they put over the resilience and toughness of Thunder Rosa here by a mile. I mean, they really tried to build her up. So they have big plans for her, it definitely seems, as time goes on. I guarantee she'll end up with the company when her contract's over. It really feels that way. But really good 13-minute match here. I like that the attack continued afterwards as Thunder Rosa goes to ringside and she just lays it into Britt Baker. She was still in the wrestler area there where they all watch in the audience, and she throws her over the barricade and just keeps beating her till the referees all pull her off. So they start throwing blows at each other again, and it's just the referees have to pull them apart. I'm really looking forward to that match when it happens. Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, I think that'll tear down the house.
Well, I don't think it will tear down. I don't know. Maybe it could. I'm not a big Britt Baker fan yet, but maybe. I think she's all right.
I wasn't happy with the cinematic match that they had. That was god awful.
Yeah, I know. I like Britt Baker's character on TV. I like her character. I'm just waiting to see. And I've kind of liked her. I have kind of liked her. I just don't know. She's definitely one of the most solid wrestlers they have as far as whatever. But that stuff with Big Swole was just so bad that I kind of went, ooh. I don't know. But hopefully they'll do better now.
Yeah. And then we had Darby Allin with his pants on fire inside a church skateboarding. That was
well, he got now because he's a champion, I guess he gets an intro before the entrance.
Yeah, he gets just like Cody, that's special.
And then they all keep them though. You know what I mean? Like Cody got a special intro, then an entrance. Now Cody has 2 intros and an entrance. Now Darby has an intro and an entrance. So is that what? And every time you win a belt, you get another intro. Because then when Cody won the belt the second time, he got the second intro. So is that what's going on? You get
win the belt again. They add a little more to your intro.
Yeah. So if you get if Cody wins again, then it becomes 3 times.
It's gonna suck when he's the 10-time champion and he has all these different vignettes before he comes out. His entrance is gonna take 20 minutes.
1, dos, tres. The beginning starts like that. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete. And like they show like every second flashes him holding the different title reigns, and then it goes. Psh, and then then there's another promo about like I do it for my family. This happens and that happens. And then it's like a fucking cinematic trailer.
Yeah. And the whole presentation to just him coming out.
And then it finally fucking wrestling has one royal family.
And this was a good main event. I'm happy that they focused on the Jade stuff just to do with Brandy and nothing to do with Shaq at this point. I'm really not thrilled that that's going to happen eventually. So out of sight, out of mind is great for me. Having Darby and Cody team up against Brian Cage and Ricky Starks, I think the right team won here with the heels. Obviously, it was, what led up to it for Cage to come back. He gets the drill claw there and gets the win. So that was good.
Looked good.
And then afterwards, what's that?
It looked good. The drill claw looked good. Avalanche. What was that? Was that, I don't remember. Was that some kind of like Avalanche Falcon Arrow or something?
I believe so.
I think it was like it was basically a Falcon Arrow from the top rope. So
yeah, but just with he does it with a hand up and yeah.
Okay, but they call it. I didn't know the name of the move, so now that I know,
drill claw. And afterwards, everything turns to hell, and they're attacking Darby. Cody tries to help. He's outnumbered by the two. And that's when, Taz kind of gets over towards the apron. He's watching and calling the action, telling people, who to attack, who to hit, what to do. And that's when Willie Hobbs, he runs out with the chair. And all of a sudden the heels, they get out of the way and they run down. And Hobbs puts down the chair and he picks up the FTW belt and he smiles. And he looks down at it and he smiles again. He kind of holds it up. And I'm like you said, oh, he's not going to betray them. He's just going to hold up the FTW belt and challenge for it.
Lame.
This is all right, whatever. And then Cody stands up and he blasts him with the belt, hits him right in the square in the face with the FTW title. I wish Cody could have bled there; would have been even better. But
yeah, that'd have been really cool.
A good heel turn. It was unexpected, and it was expected then unexpected. So, really good, solid main event. I had a lot of fun with this, and I am curious to see what happens now that Hobbs is a heel and joining Taz's team.
I thought, I think Hobbs is great with them, works with Taz. I thought, well, this guy's a star because he goes from, like I said, being a guy that I'd leave my kids with to all of a sudden looking like a snarling criminal. Like, it was like amazing. Like, credit to Hobbs. He really, with that heel turn, like his facial expressions were like dead on, like change. Like, and I was like, whoa, he's scary now. He wasn't scary before. He seemed like a fun-loving guy. Now he's like, ugh, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, he went
really
from that,
believable.
Everybody's friend to someone dangerous.
Great stuff from him. I like it. He was, if he wasn't gonna be, if he was just gonna be Mr. Sidekick face, it's so much better now that he's, because that's obviously his motivation too. Is like, I was here, just all I ever did was come out and I was helping people, helping people with this, helping people with that. And I asked for a match. Nope, never got ignored. You know what I mean? Cody, nobody ever helped me. I put my body on the line, my life on the line for what? Nobody gave a damn about me. I'm sitting here like, hey, can I get a match? I don't have any money. I'm not getting paid because I'm not having matches. And, and Taz, I needed guidance. And Taz promised me that guidance that I didn't get there. And the second thing about it is I think you suck. Like, that type of thing, But I don't know, he's a good...
Great heat. And just like Treads125 said, that's how you end a show, with heat. Yeah, it makes people want to come back and see what happens. They did announce several matches for next week. So we got Hikaru Shida will defend her title.
It's a little repetitive, though. Can we say, though, it is a little bit repetitive with the fact that, it's another group of guys coming to take on Cody after another group of guys. You know what I mean? Like, we've always got this.
There's great similarities. And there's a lot of factions and groups in AEW as well. So that's... there's so many tag teams, so many, factions and trios, and so
right.
Hard not for those things to feel like they're overlapping especially when they actually do. But we'll get Shida taking on Anna Jay from the Dark Order.
Oh, here it comes.
If you could book a special crossover WWE and AEW event with a women's ladder match with 6 or 7 women, and you could choose from both WWE and AEW women, who do you pick?
7 women match with 6 or 7 women. Okay, from WWE, from NXT, I would take Io Shirai and Who are the two women who I would take? Kylie Ray, Io Shirai.
You mean Dakota Kai?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Dakota. They always similar Australian names.
I know who you meant.
Dakota Kai. Yeah, I'm glad you know what I mean. You really did. It's funny. Kylie. Yeah, Dakota Kai.
Yes.
And the other one that got injured, her opponent.
Oh,
fuck, what's her name? She just got hurt again.
The shiniest wizard. Tegan Knox.
Tegan Knox, Dakota Kai, Io Shirai. That's 3. And then I would take probably Sasha Banks. And then I would take Deeb, Serena Deeb, Thunder Rosa. That's 6. And there's one more that I can put in there. Help me with the one more, Jake.
I would say Britt Baker.
Okay, I mean,
because AEW doesn't have a great deal of choices.
Well,
you could throw Jade in there just because.
Yeah, I mean, but there's someone else I'm missing. Somebody will say somebody in the chat that
Hikaru Shida, Nyla Rose. I'm trying to think of who else is in the women's division.
Maybe Rhea Ripley. Yeah, Rhea Ripley. Maybe.
Oh, who else is in the women's division?
I'd put Charlotte in there too. I'd put Asuka, Charlotte, Rhea Ripley, Baker.
If we're doing just NXT and AEW, I would keep it Serena, Thunder Rosa, and Britt Baker. And then for NXT, I would do Shotzi, probably Dakota Kai, and if not Rhea, then Candice LeRae.
Yeah, Candice LeRae would be a good one too. I missed out on her.
She's always willing to, really put her body through hell.
You're right. I would put Candice. She would be my last one, Candice LeRae. But certainly you could put Asuka or Charlotte in there. They'd be good. There is about 5 or 6 or 7 other women you could put in that last spot.
Yeah, Toni Storm is popular in the chat.
I don't like her yet.
No,
I can't.
I really like Toni Storm, but
why? I guess I don't get what she does.
She's just fantastic in the ring.
Yeah, maybe I don't watch enough of her matches.
She's just one of those ones that always delivers every time I've seen her in a match. I
saw her in a match at a takeover and it was not good.
Which the UK takeover?
Maybe. Yeah, the UK takeover. Well, it wasn't not good. It was just it was probably the weakest match of the night.
With Piper Nevins and
I like Piper too. I like Piper better than Tony.
Yeah, she's one of the ones I really like from UK, but
maybe I'm missing it. I don't know. People seem to just want to bang Toni Storm. I'm trying to name a match I should watch.
Yeah, everybody goes nuts with her butt. But.
Somebody give me all right, what's the Toni Storm match that I need to watch? Somebody tell me.
Question. Let me because I'm terrible at thinking on the spot.
Somebody in the chat tell me what the Toni Storm match is that I need to see that I'm missing something on. I mean, she seems good, but she seems very weak and she just acts in the ring. She looks petite and weak to me sometimes. Give me the Toni Storm match that I have to watch right now. Tell me what it is.
Toni Storm and Shayna Baszler is the NXT UK Championship tournament.
Yeah, isn't that the one where Shayna pulled her arm back into the socket?
I don't recall. I'd have to go back and watch it. I'm just looking at a list now, but
what, the UK tournament? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, her and Kairi Sane from the Mae Young Classic. That was really good.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I can remember off the top of my head. That was one of the ones that stands out. So, and then she took on Piper Niven in the Mae Young Classic, I believe either the same year or the year after. I think it was the same year.
Dude, that Mae Young Classic was amazing because all the women had great matches. Everybody had this great showing. Jim Ross was great on commentary. But yeah, I don't know. She's not petite. Yeah, Pocket Aces, you're right. It's not that she's petite. It's that she's weak looking. She throws punches weak. I think Toni Storm's punches are just shit. She just goes like this and does these little things. It just doesn't look good. I fucking hate her punches.
Toni Storm against Io Shirai from Stardom. I remember seeing that
that's
match.
not the WWE though.
No, but
names. I haven't. I'm just telling you that I've been watching NXT a little bit of UK, a little bit of NXT. I've seen about 12 to 15 Toni Storm matches in WWE, NXT, UK, or whatever, and I yet to think wow.
I think she had matches indie wise coming up into NXT UK.
Yeah,
Young Classic matches are standouts as well, but I don't think she's had a great performance in NXT UK. Then there was also like, wasn't she injured for a time? I know there was an issue where she wasn't wrestling.
She was injured for 6 to 8 months or something.
Yeah, and then the leaks happened.
It's a little bit like Ember Moon, like Athena. Like Ember Moon was all right, Ember Moon's all right, but when she was Athena in the indies, I was like marking out. I'm like, oh my God, hire this fucking lady. She's crazy. And ever since she's been in the WWE, she's more like less reckless and stuff. And that the recklessness, unfortunately, is kind of what made her like impactful. Like,
yeah, you sent me the clip of the top rope stunner when she was doing it originally on the indies, and I was like, holy shit, that's great. And the way she would nail it, she was brutalizing her opponent's necks. I mean, literally, she was so she just seemed so tough. It was insane.
Yeah, I just feel like Toni Storm has not done a whole lot in NXT as far as like, oh my God, that's the match. Like I can tell you what it's like. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm being ridiculous. Maybe I got to watch more or something like that. I think part of it is that I think she's good, but I hear people just hype the fuck out of Toni Storm so much that I'm like, I roll my eyes like, okay, she's really not, she's good, but like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's not that crazy.
Kind of like how Charlotte was.
I like Thunder Rosa way better than Toni Storm. I like fucking Serena Deeb better than Toni Storm.
Yeah, I like Thunder Rosa better than Toni. I mean, she's higher on my list, but
I'd put Bayley in a match over Toni Storm. I mean, like, I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing this, I guess, or I'm missing her matches or something. Ember is cringe on the mic. I agree. Ember is. We always said that though. We said that even back in her, in her indie days when she would say something, she'd be like, "Well, I'm gonna do," and it was just like, "Oh man, I hope they teach her how to talk when she gets to NXT." And then they kind of didn't. And even she's just cringy. She seems like she talks like a fan. She sounds like a fan who's in her bedroom drawing unicorns and stuff, and she gets to cut a promo as a wrestler. But it's like, you're not a wrestler. Like, you don't, like, Ember Moon does not sound like a wrestler at all. Like, I don't know. But she was great on the indies as Athena. And I like her. I like her character kind of. But yeah, again, she doesn't have any character to her voice and her promos. So, unfortunately. But we said that. You guys can go back and watch all the reviews we've ever done of Ember Moon from the beginning. And you can literally hear us say these things then, and they're the same things now. But I'm happy she's back and in the ring. Because I think I like her. I would hire her. So, there you go. And people say in the chat, you're being ridiculous. Well, but where's the match? None of you have given me a match. Like Chris Sanchez, you haven't given me a match. What's the match? Like, there's where's...
match of the year candidate would be Tony's match with Miko Satomura from the 2018 Mae Young Classic.
Okay, so I'm gonna watch the Mae Young Classic then, because
both of her matches in 2017.
But my only thing about that, and I'm not trying to take it away, I'm just saying that Mae Young Classic was great. Like, everybody was good in it. Everybody.
Yeah. I do understand that criticism, not even criticism,
it's
but
not.
Like that.
Yeah, it's like a slight. It's not. It's just a thing that, like, for whatever reason,
that's what we'll call it, because they really were all above and beyond stellar for that. Like they all, you don't want to say like, oh, they brought their A game and sound cliche, but they really wanted to get a job, get hired, get known. Like, this was a stepping stone for them to make it into the business on a professional level, to get out of the indies with most of them. So it was a huge opportunity, and they all seemingly treated it as such. That's why we got these stellar matches.
I think Tony's
her moving recently to NXT TV. She had that match with Shotzi, and that wasn't great. Shotzi was kind of all over the place, and the ending was a bit marred since they destroyed Shotzi's tank, and that's how it ended. So it wasn't a great match, but I'm sure we'll get better as time goes on with her in NXT.
I'll check out those matches, Sanchez. I'll check out those matches, and the ones that you guys put out there. I'll check them out, and I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you and tell you if I thought, oh, you're right, she really is that good, or like, I think she's not. I'll let you know. But yeah, we have. I think that I think she's a 7 though. Like, I mean, like, when I look, I think Toni Storm's a solid 7 out of 10. But maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm wrong, and I haven't watched enough of her. So I'll come back and let you know. What?
I I'm not crazy about her promos, but
What are her promos like?
she just doesn't always sound believable. She tries to be intimidating, and it comes across a little bit silly. At least a few things that I've seen.
Let's take a look. Here we go.
So
memories.
That was cringy right there.
Time where I beat you. But remember that time where I beat you? Remember that time where I beat you twice?
Hey, there's a crowd.
See, here's what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. This Sunday, I'm going to become NXT UK Women's Champion. Again. And then at Worlds Collide, I'm going to go ahead and become a double champion.
Man, they need the crowd back so bad.
That's only
so bad.
If you've got the guts to accept.
All right. You know what? I wouldn't mind beating you. So, I accept. Well, Tony!
Okay. She was okay there. That was all right. There was nothing bad.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad. It
was nothing
there
bad.
Oh, it's the crayon.
I drink cran 'cause I'm the man. My enemies are the cran and ran.
Oh, you want me to get it? You want me to get the fucking cran? You want me to go upstairs and you want me to get the cran? Want me to get it? My throat hurts.
All my friends are fucking the man. 'Cause all my friends are drinking cran. They're drinking cran. 'Cause all my friends are drinking cran. I got the fucking cran.
Yeah.
Miro, you cringy motherfucker. He has the gimmick of a gay guy from the 80s. Go lick Lana's pussy, you caveman cuntbag. You hire Joe Cronin on commentary. You listening Cody Khan or whoever. Cronin would elevate your program. Hashtag hire Joe Cronin.
Damn, Omar putting me over insane.
Speaking the truth.
Thanks to the chat, by the way. Thank you guys for all the suggestions. I'm going to go watch and learn. I'm not very interesting. Hit the like button if you can. Yeah, listen, Omar, bro, thank you for that. That's nice. I wish somebody would hire me. I'm bored as hell. Please, AEW and WWE, hire me before my life ends and I die of something. And before YouTube dies. Like, it would be nice if, you know, one of you guys would swoop along right as my YouTube channel dies, like, and you guys can come by and just pick me up right before I go homeless. That'd be nice. Right before we go homeless and we get evicted, it'd be nice if you... that would be how life would go, because I'm always riding a wave, you know? So it would be perfect timing for anybody at WWE or AEW or Ring of Honor or somewhere to go ahead and hire me. Thanks very much. I would like to work at your company and, you know, get some health insurance. Or if maybe... Actually, they don't give you health insurance, do they? I'll be right back in the same bowl.
No, they don't.
Oh, time to get Leah to go to work. Leah, it's time to...
That's why they want to see what changes coming up.
Get a housekeeper.
I know Wrestling Observer, I believe it was, had SAG-AFTRA member come on and talk about how it would work and what would change if they do actually go ahead and unionize. So it's being discussed and thrown around.
It's going to happen.
Not saying it's going to happen definitely, but it seems like it's a possibility.
It's going to happen.
We knew Yang had his sights set on Vince to begin with, and this isn't a law that they have to change. It isn't something that has to be passed, you know, by Congress or anything. They literally just have to go to the labor board and say, are these people employees or are they not? And everything that a wrestler is, especially in WWE, it qualifies them as an employee. They're not independent contractors.
Whoa,
especially
really?
with not how much, with considering how much WWE owns of them. their names, likeness, all this stuff. They're not independent contractors, because that would be if that was the case, they would have the ability to take themselves from promotion to promotion, because they can.
Oh my God!
Essentially, if I was an independent contractor, I can go on your show, I can go on my show, I can go on, that kind of idea. Well, they can't do that. They're contractually obligated for certain things. So
I gotta say, Jake,
they're employees.
I forgot. I heard this live and I thought it was hilarious. I didn't write it down. So shout out to Mitch B. I think that might be Mitch Brandenburg. I don't know if it's him or just Mitch B. But either way, JR mentioning a bake sale. He goes, "Will there be a bake sale?"
Oh my God! Yeah, that was hilarious
for AEW heels. Like JR had about 5 not like, I mean, we don't care, right? Like, I would say worse stuff if I was on. Well, no, I wouldn't if I was on the air. But put it this way: JR keeps saying things that we know are like slightly disparaging or misogynistic or whatever. And that like if I worked at AEW, I'd probably wouldn't say some of the things, because I'd know, like, oh yeah, you can say that.
know your limits.
Yeah, you know what you're not supposed to say nowadays or whatever. But like, so JR had like 5 of those moments, and every time I thought one of the other guys was going to be like, oh, or like make a groan or something, and they just went, yeah, JR, I don't know, like, or like they would like kind of move. It was just funny. And when he said
they just
bake sale,
skip right over it.
So he said bake sale, and then Tony Schiavone said, well, they're having a raffle in a couple weeks or whatever, and he was like, oh, so I kind of was right, huh? What are they raffling off? A purse? I couldn't wait for him. Like, it was fucking. Oh my God, dude! I picture Brandy in the back just being like, oh my God. Listen, why don't you go have a pint of brandy with Jericho? All right. And people always make fun of Cody Rhodes and Brandy for being liberal people and stuff like that. Well, they had Jericho on the fucking cooking show the other day, and Brandy and Jericho didn't fight. Jericho voted for Trump, and Brandy didn't. She didn't. They got along. They loved each other. Why can't the world love each other?
There's already females kind of sliding JR, and they said, JR, we don't do bake sales, but we do have a kick-ass community of strong, badass women. We're going to have an AEW Heels talent show this month. We've done game nights, open and heartfelt talent Q&As, glam squad tutorials.
Who's saying this to JR?
Professional workshops.
Who's saying this to JR?
Phoenix AEW. I'm not sure who this person is, but she's got 228 likes, so,
Damn.
It seems like
it's like when I got roasted on Twitter today for saying, I told that girl, like, what does race have to do with this? I made a joke, like it was supposed to be a joke this morning. I got roasted by like fucking 1,000 people that called me white racist and melanin missing white piece of shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's never...
and then I was like, well, that's not really nice to be racist to me, like for real. Like I was joking. Like, and then somebody was like, you can't be racist to white people. I'm like, then what does melanin deficient mean? And then I said, well, you're melanin excessive. Fucking Twitter's a psycho fucking place, bro.
Yeah, and then I wish we could remove JR from commentary when women are wrestling, and
oh my God, go fuck yourselves.
So,
my wife's dead.
It is there.
My wife's dead. That's all you get. Just say that. Just be like, just start crying and be like, my wife's dead. Like when the women start shitting on you, JR, all the women are gonna start scratching you. They're gonna fucking claw his fucking eyes out. They're gonna claw JR's eyes out of his face. Unfucking believable.
Probably. But
by the way, I want to say at the end of that Twitter battle, I fought with so many people on Twitter this morning, like tons of SJW accounts and Rainbow accounts and stuff like that. And one of the people that I got along with that we talked back and forth for a while in the thread, the only tweet I only deleted my main tweet. And the only reason I did it was because people were like, it's not fair that she was having a good time with her thing and you tweeted this. And I'm like, well, obviously nobody got the joke or that it's a joke. So I deleted it because people were like, well, it's taking away from her day and shit. And I was like, yeah, you're kind of right. It is. I'll delete it. And then people were like, oh, I screenshotted it. I was like, I'll fucking retweet it again. It's a fucking joke. And, but there was one person I got along with, and it was I think it was a black transgender person who was like gothed out, dressed like, is now a woman, black, transgender. And like the two of us got along. Like we were I was like, I see what you're saying. Like I came at this from complete comedy, like in complete like sarcasm and comedy and whatever the fuck. And then I was like, but I think what you do is beautiful. Like, it's great. Like, I think what I don't want to look like I look like, dude. I get it. Like, you think you're a female and you whatever. Although she was painting her face kind of white, and I was like, are you doing white face though? That's the one thing I want to but no, we were like getting along like crazy. But then other people were like, I hope you die, Joe. Like, and shit like that. And it's like, see, like, why are you saying that? And then they were like, oh, go on Parler, you right-wing piece of shit. Like, go on Parler. Why are you not on Parler? And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? You mean Parler, the place where you can actually speak without getting, like, fucking thrown off for no reason? I don't even really know what Parler is, so I was like, I don't even fucking know. I think that's, like, some Twitter alternative. And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And they were just, like, fucking psychos. And I was like, see, this is how you make a Trump fan. Like, so even though, like, it doesn't matter whether you're a left or right wing person, even though you're attacking me for no reason. If you just explained, like, I get that you thought it was a joke, but like other people aren't taking it like that, and she feels bad. Like, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? You're fucking right. I'll take it down. It was a joke, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Or maybe I'd say fuck you, you know. But at least you'd say it like that, and then maybe I'd be like, maybe I am the dickhead. I think I shouldn't do that. Or, like, I can see you guys' points, you know? But instead, you came at me with, like, you know, die whitey and, like, melanin deficient fag. Like it was like, what shit. The fuck? You're a fucking racist. People were calling me racist. And it was like, dude, are you serious? Like, and they were like, you're a Nazi supporter. I'm like, I'm a Nazi supporter? What? Because I said, why do we see race? I'm like, why do we spend so much time on race? Just be happy you sold something. What the fuck does it matter? And they were like, you're a Nazi. Like, what the fuck? Do you know what the Nazis did? Do you know what the fucking Nazis did? You just called me somebody like genocided Jews and like didn't like, it was like, are you fucking retarded? And then like 15 posts, like November 14th, I said, fuck the Nazi flag and fuck the losing flag. I called the Confederate flag the loser flag. So all you're doing, though, is making me think that maybe the left is crazy and that I should be a right-wing person. So you're actually making your own enemy for no reason. But if you actually just talk to me like the trans person talked to me, and we had a great conversation, and I was like, yeah, I was so goth in the 90s, so I get it. And then, like, I know what it's like. And I'm like, dude, I always thought I would have long hair, and I'd be a little bit dark, goth looking. Like, I never thought that I would be balding, like, and have thin hair and have pubic face, and I'd be wearing a backwards hat. My dream of if I could look like anybody for the rest of my life, it would be like I want to look like Manson. Like, I want to look like Marilyn Manson or like fucking some rock star. That's what I always wanted to look like. Shawn Michaels. I want long fucking hair, and I want to go into my 40s with long rocker hair and fucking be ripped and like be a little bit like rock and goth. But, like, no, I'm dressed like a fucking, like, a guy from the 90s dad who goes to surfing. Like, so it's like, I get what it's, because this is not my residual self-image. Remember the Matrix when they had residual self-image? Like, I picture myself, like, more like I'm in the Matrix. Like a Matrix, I would dress up like the Matrix. I'm fucking weird. All right, I admit it. You can make fun of me all day. I don't give a shit. That's what I want to look like. I don't want to look like a guy with a t-shirt and a backwards hat that's dirty. Like, so I get a little bit of what it's like to be like, oh, I really don't feel comfortable with who I am. Yeah, I don't either. I'm going fucking bald and I'm fucking dad bod. That's not what I thought I was going to look like. You know, somehow Robert Smith pulls it off from The Cure. You know, he's just a fat fuck, wears the big button-up purple shirt and then has the black hair and a makeup. He still does it anyway. I don't know. I can't do it. But the fact of the matter is that we got along. We had this big chat, and I like this person now. And I found out something about them, and I saw their point of view about, like, how they fucking feel, whatever. And they saw my point of view that, oh, you're just a fucking shit-stirring, like, doing comedy shit on Twitter, and you didn't actually mean it like you did. Oh, yeah, look at that. Let's not fucking cancel somebody now. Like, but if the whole world did that, the world would be a better place. You know, and I was being ignorant in a way. I was doing this ignorant shit.
See how you were being ignorant though.
It was a little bit goofy and ignorant. It was just fun.
I don't see it though, because your comment made perfect sense to me. Anyways.
Yeah, and it was
why does it always have to be about? They're the ones saying, you know, racism is bad. Let's not focus on skin color. But then they praise everything based on
I don't get
race.
it. That's what I'm saying. I don't get it either. Like, dude, like, do you know anything?
Oh, praise Becky because she had a black designer that made the dress that she wore for the maternity shoot.
Right.
Why just be like, oh, awesome, she's supporting, a new design. Like, why does it have to be because it's a black designer?
But also, they're like, oh, small businesses fail all the time. I'm like, everyone's do. Like, small businesses are fucking
Becky
terrible.
supporting a small business is great. Promote that, but not the fact that it's a black small business. What does it matter?
But I agree. But because it was her, it was actually her that was celebrating it. I think that's why I was like, eh. Like, if somebody else said it, like if like a third person said it, like, oh, I'm so happy you supported it. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But because it was the actual person who was happy, maybe they just, it's one of those things like I never thought it would happen to me. You know what I mean? And by the way, the example of this for like a white person out there is like when some guy goes, whoever would have thought that a guy from fucking Corsdale, Ohio, like fucking, who would have ever thought that a guy from Jingleberry, fucking Arkansas would come and win the World Series in his first year with the Cubs, would go to the college of his dreams, like that? It's the same type of thing. Who would ever thought a little country boy like me, Jack Smith would start a country band and we would win an Emmy. It's that, you know what I mean? It was just, you know what I mean? So like, it's the same sort of thing. Like I never thought it could happen to me because my background of living in a rural little area. That's what white people do that all the time with, oh, we never thought some guy from Texas would come, a little good old boy from Texas with a farm. My dad was an oil guy, failed fucking, and like it's the same story. People do that everywhere. So I do understand. Like it's just you're actually, but you're underselling yourself. That's my point. Is you're underselling yourself. Whoever you are, it doesn't matter what the fuck you look like or what you are. It doesn't matter. You can fucking do it. That's my point, dude. We've seen it time and time again. Everybody has done it. They've beaten the odds. The Rocky story. You're a fucking poor Irish people that look like me, came here from Ireland, and they weren't just given shit. They were treated like shit. The Irish were treated like shit. They were fucking dirty and gross, and they weren't allowed to go upstairs and above class and up to the top of the ship. They were treated like shit. And then they fucking killed it. And then they fucking won because that's what you can do in America. Even if America as a whole is somewhat shitting on you, you can still say, fuck you. You shit on me. You were racist to me. I was up against it. The deck was stacked on me. But it didn't matter because even though there was prejudice and racism and the deck was stacked, I still fucking did it. Barack Obama, 8 years as the president. Michael Jordan, fucking Jay-Z, Beyonce, fucking tons of black entrepreneurs who are millionaires, dentists, doctors, governors, state representatives, policemen, mayors. They are everywhere. Your fucking winners are here. You can do it. Oh my God, a famous white person bought something from me. Get the fuck out of here. You can do it. Stop fucking thinking you can't do it because you're from Bumblefuck, Texas, or because you're fucking Asian, or because this or that. You can fucking do anything, and the proof is already out there. The fact of the matter is, you want the underdog story. Fine. But the fact is, everybody else has succeeded as a designer before. Every race has succeeded as a designer, as a governor, as a policeman, as a mayor, as an entertainer, as an actor, as a musician, as a basketball player, as a fucking baseball player, and the list just goes on and on and on. Everybody has proven that you can do it. All right? And you know what? I found out that even as a white man, I could do it too. I became one of the greatest cocksuckers on my block. Jake, I sucked a dick last night.
And that I believe too.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I've lost my mind. But the fact of the matter is you can do it. Don't fucking let, if you're out there and you're like 19 and you're hearing all these goofy things in colleges and everybody about prejudice and stuff, fuck them. You can do it. You can fucking do it. Don't fucking let them tell you can't do it. Look at me. You'll never be on YouTube. You'll never be on the radio. You'll never fucking make this your career. My own fucking wife said
never
it.
Own a house.
My own wife told me you'll never make anything out of this. Fucking 7 years ago, I said, fuck you. Let's go. Anyway, what else is there? I think we're done almost.
Yeah, Renee went ahead and she tweeted out, now I can finally start telling you guys just how sore my boobs are. That's hilarious.
Oh, DJ Macumamundo or whatever. Systematic racism is still alive. Some people have it harder than others. You're not lying. That's 100%.
Absolutely.
No, you're absolutely
doubts
true. You are absolutely true. I'm just saying though that fuck it. It's like when I had a great life until I was 9 and then we lost everything and became fucking poor, and shit. I was on food stamps. I was on Wiccan food stamps and I was working. I worked 16 years. Fucking everybody. I get it. It's fucking crazy. And then imagine being poor and up against that. I'm just saying, just don't fuck them. Don't let it pull you down. Some people have it a lot easier than other people. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But I'm just saying, fuck it. Just rise above it anyway. And then you'll be like, oh, yo, I'm working next to this guy next to me. And you're like, oh, so what was it like for you? And you'll find out something about him. And he'll be like, oh, my parents were great. We had a good time. And then they paid for my college. And now I'm here. And then you're going to be like, oh, fuck. Well, my dad OD'd when I was 10. And my mother was on food stamps. And then I scrapped and got a scholarship. And then I finally got into something. And then I got into that. And then I dealt with addiction and drugs in my neighborhood. And then I finally got here. It's a whole different path. Anyway, just do it, man. It's fucking Nike. Just do it. Just do it. Do it. Don't let him hold you. What's his name? Shia LaBeouf. When he's like, just do it. Just do it. Like, we don't need to be, we don't, fucking motivational speaking time. Let's kill.
What's left? Yeah, we covered all of AEW, gave our scores, 7.5. Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, both from the Inner Circle, will take on SCU next week. That's how they closed their Las Vegas trip. Pac and Phoenix are going to team up to take on the Butcher and the Blade.
Ooh.
So that's interesting to see what happens there. Not Penta, though. The Death Triangle did reform tonight, so we'll see if it turns into a 3-on-3 match. Willie Hobbs, now the bad guy. He's going to be in action. His opponent has not yet been revealed. And we have a title match. The women's title will be defended. Hikaru Shida will defend the women's title against Anna Jay from the Dark Order. And she promised Shida that she will see a brand new Anna Jay. So I'm intrigued by that because Anna Jay, not that high on the rankings, but she's going for the title. So again, the ranking systems means nothing.
Well, yeah, just fucking get rid of the rankings. I'm sorry, Cody. Get rid of the rankings, bro. Tell Excalibur it's over. Put the calculator away. Put the calculator away. All right, listen, we're out of here, guys. Tomorrow night, Out of Nowhere, big show right here at 11 p.m. Don't miss tomorrow night. I swear to God, if tomorrow night sucks, we're putting Out of Nowhere on Patreon. So bring it to Out of Nowhere, 11 p.m. tomorrow night. Also, Friday night at 8 p.m., I'm going to be live on my gaming channels and Twitch. Evil Spectrum 3 on YouTube, twitch.tv/JoeCronenJCS on Twitch. I'm going to be playing Diablo, the start of Season 22. I'm going to have 3 hours to kick ass in Diablo and get as much done as I can before we have to start monetize this, and then I'll be behind all my fellow buddies. A lot of people have chosen to play World of Warcraft, though. That starts as well. Shadowlands coming out. Plus, we got Cyberpunk, and people are still playing Assassin's Creed, and just so much shit is coming out. So make sure you sub to my gaming channels if you're into that sort of shit. And, enjoy whatever it is you're playing over the weekend. Assassin's Creed, whatever it is, fucking Cyberpunk's coming out eventually. Shadowlands is going to be big for World of Warcraft. There's something else, too, I'm missing, but whatever. Also, Among Us. Maybe Saturday night before Corrupted. I'm not sure. If you didn't hear episode 175 of Corrupted, remember it went up a couple days after Corrupted. We did like a pre-Corrupted, then didn't do a Corrupted, then we put Corrupted up. Corrupted is available for a free shot for you too, by the way. If you guys if you're not a patron and you're not paying money, I made this episode of Corrupted free for everybody on iTunes and Spotify. Just look up Joe Cronin Show. Follow me and download all my iTunes podcasts and Spotify. We're there. But if you want to hear every podcast, you got to be on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Become a patron if you can. Enjoy everything else tomorrow. And I'll see you sometime during the day. And I'm fucking fired up for Diablo, to be honest, because I'm a loser. Joe, you suck. I'm at work crying. What, from laughing at all this bullshit that we did? Love you. Peace. NASA. And my voice is fucked. And I'm going to look up Tony Storm. Yes, Cat. I will do that, Cat. Thank you. And thanks to Tony for Soundwave 92.
Soundwave 92.
He was the largest donation of the stream, and it looks like he's going to take home that digital JCS championship. Good Lord.
Real badass.
Everybody, what'd you guys think of AEW? Give me your rating in the chat right now. Let me see it.
Yeah, tomorrow not only will we be covering and previewing the matches for Survivor Series, giving our predictions, we'll have more to talk about with The Undertaker, future plans to see what's happening, what's going to happen to the Thunderdome going forward. Is WWE moving? Where are they headed to? Talking about creative and who they're hiring and firing. There's a few interesting stories there, so a lot to cover on the WWE side.
Oh, also don't forget tomorrow my interview. My podcast is starting tomorrow and throughout the week, next week's too. We got comedian Derek Richards on the show. We also got, Dave Landau is on the show as well. So Dave Landau is on.
Get there as well.
You're going to like that podcast. I've got Derek Richards, Dave Landau. A couple of bands are coming on. It's a bunch of surprise shit next week. So much content coming to the new format of the Joe Cronin Show and Meant to Offend podcast. I think you guys will like that. Steven Crowder in 2 weeks. There's so much stuff going on this channel right now that your dick's going to explode. Okay, so thanks to Dave Landau. You guys will enjoy that as well. We had a fun time. And that's it. Now I'm really out of things to plug. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Jake. At Countdown Ended on Twitter, at JCS Commentary on Twitter, Instagram.com/Joe Cronin Show. And guys, get over to my Facebook too. Facebook.com/Joe Cronin Show. Just all my links are down below. Link everything. Go look, open everything, blah, 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 blah. Buy a mask, buy a t-shirt, buy a dildo. It's there. Let's do it. Come on. Kennington with the 6 out of 10 from Dan. Woo!
Yeah, lowest is a 5, highest is an 8, so everybody's in the same range.
That's not too bad.
Stay sexy, everybody. See you tomorrow out of nowhere.